Welcome to part 3 of our series for optimizing cash flow in the small business. I'm David Worrell from Fuse Financial Partners, and I've got some tips for you today to help you manage your vendors by preparing, practicing, and partnering with them, all things that will help move your cash flow in the right direction. So let's get right into it. Prepare to do business with your vendors by putting a credit application together that you can give to them. A whole credit package, really. You're asking for credit, and so that credit package should include things like your W-9, your sales tax exemption form, references and bank accounts, references being other vendors who have given you credit who can attest to how well you pay, your bank account information in case they need to check that. You might also work with them up front to get their ACH information so that you can send them money to make payments. Anything that'll make their life easier to both approve your credit and make their life easier in practice to receive your money. Preparing also means looking at what they see from the outside. So go to Dun & Bradstreet and check your credit record with Dun & Bradstreet. If you see things you don't like in Dun & Bradstreet, they have a way that you can reply to a negative comment. You can write something back which explains the circumstances or contests that negative comment. So please check out Dun & Bradstreet and find out what they know about you. Finally, have a policy document about your payment policies that you can share with your new vendor. If you always pay in 60 days like Target does, be upfront about that. Tell them in advance in a policy document so they can decide whether to do business with you. And finally, when you are established with a vendor, I want you to continue to communicate all the time. You communicate, you say thank you for the shipment, it arrived perfectly. You communicate when the invoice arrives and say we've got it. You call them and you tell them when the payment is scheduled. You call and you ask and make sure they received the payment. All those things are going to build a relationship between you and the accounts receivable department and probably even the higher ups at that business. And that's going to be very important for our last step, which is learning to partner with your vendors by asking them for more. You're going to begin asking them for longer and longer terms, higher and higher credit limits, because you're going to rely on them as you grow. And if you ask them those things without communicating, they're going to think that you're trying to pull one over on them. That's not the point at all. You want to explain to them how you are growing and how the vendor can grow right along with you. But of course, that takes a partnership. And if they will come along with you, then you're going to send them a lot more business to fuel your growth. So that's how to manage your vendors to make your cash flow go in the right direction with them. Join us again later for more tips about how to optimize your cash flow. I'm David Worrell from Fuse Financial Partners. Thanks for joining.